Welcome to another presentation at the East Trade Winds, a chapter of the World Referral Network, hosted by Bernie Franzgrote and Wayne Pratt. The presentation today is titled Mastering Communication and Self-Talk. Our guest is Tony Gyenis from Love Higher Self. Tony is the visionary behind Love Higher Self, a platform dedicated to helping individuals unlock their fullest potential through the power of self-love and personal growth. With a rich background in guiding others to discover their inner strengths, Tony utilizes a unique blend of coaching techniques that empower clients to transform their lives. Through his work, Tony has inspired countless people to embrace their true selves and achieve lasting fulfillment.
Words are incredibly important, not because of the words itself, because English is a sloppy language, but our methods of communicating, words are basically sounds. When we hear a level of sounds in a certain way, in a repetitive way, we realize that those sounds mean this. If I say soap, we understand that, oh, okay, that is something that we clean with because we've heard it hundreds and hundreds of times. When we think of love, when we think of whatever it is, we always associate sound with an idea, and that's what we call words. But the words go in to a much deeper sense. If you have a person across the room that you haven't met and they're looking at you in a certain way, let's say they really admire what you do and they're just looking at you, you feel that. Even people that aren't really connected, they're not really into it, then you feel something. You know the song, I Feel Somebody's Watching Me? I think Michael Jackson has that song out. And even though that someone isn't really sensitive as I am with that, you feel that someone is watching you. There's an energy around you that you feel. And those are essentially words because they're looking into sound. So we talked about words in this way, and when you look at that in such a way where you have, let's say, a troubled teenager, or if you have someone that just been through a trauma, sometimes words are not the best thing to do. Sometimes just by looking at them, and I've done this where somebody has actually lost a pet and they were devastated, and they quickly called for a time with me. And we didn't say anything for the first couple of minutes. I just looked at them and then at one point the person says, what's going on?" I says, "I just wanted you to know that you mean a lot to me. We've been working together for several years and that I would not be the same person without you. And your pet is saying the same thing." And that was it. When you incorporate non-language, in other words, just body language or energy, and then you use the words after, very powerful. Because now they're associating, they're thinking, oh, I'm going through therapy. There are going to be lots of words there. Not necessarily. Sometimes the less words, the better that we could use. But the one of the things that we do talk about, and the animals know this very well, is when an animal is needing something, needing love. Like my dog, when someone comes to the door, immediately what the dog does is brush its side towards the person's leg or something. And they're pushing on it and they're saying, "What are they doing?" That's his way of hugging. That's her way of hugging. She hugs that way. When we understand what the animal is trying to do, then we could go towards that. And they're teaching us different ways of how to love. We don't have to say it. They don't use words. They use something else. Horses are the same way. They're spiritual animals. So are elephants and many other. Blue whales are one of the biggest ones because they're in the ocean. And of course, water is the biggest conductor on this planet. When they yell out a squeak, those are words, but believe it or not, one squeak that is about 2 seconds long has over 300,000 words in it. When you slow it down, there's so much to it. When they slow it down, there's so much in there. So, one of the things that we do and we want to be really accustomed to is the words that we use on ourselves, the words that we hear, the words that what makes a person so that they are convinced or not convinced of something. One of the things I read the other day, it says, "Be careful of the words that you are attached to." There was a quote that said that if you live from the words of praise from others, you actually live, you have to survive based on the praise of others, then you will also die from the words of criticism from those same people. In other words, if someone says, "Oh, you look good today," thank you, I feel good. I'm not using it as something that I absolutely need. But we see this all the time on Facebook. Someone is in hospital. Oh, I'm in hospital. I sprained my leg or something. And they see but 56 people that says, "Oh, I hope you're okay and you're going to recover fast." And then if you look down, every single person that said something of encouragement or something that, "Oh, you're going to do fine. You got this, girl." That person respond by saying, "Thank you. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get through this." And 56 times, like, you have that much time that you're responding to every single one. They need that. And what I've observed, I don't know if this is fact, as far as the internet goes, I'm noticing a pattern that at every 2 weeks, that same person comes with something else. I just got a new sofa. I just got a new boat. I have an operation coming up. I got to get my wisdom teeth out. And there's always something that there's a barrage of people that say, "Oh, I hope you're going to be okay," because that person needs praise. That person, this is the same person that if 20 people said, "Your hair looks great. I really love the way you have your hair." 20 people could say that. And then one person could say, "I don't like it." And that's it. They're devastated. 20 is not outweighing one. One, it could be 50 or 100. They need 100% compliance. They need 100% compliance, but mathematically, it's absolutely impossible to have every single person love everything you do. It's impossible. Mathematically, it is not possible. So if you are attached to praise, those words of praise, be careful. It's a double-edged sword that could come back and bite you as soon as that person disagrees with you in some way. It's devastating. So if someone says you look good, thank you. If someone criticizes you, that's the way it is, right? So it's not something that you attach to. So I want to give you 3 different suggestions about words on how to be careful of the words that you use on yourself. Number 1, never talk badly about yourself because there's always somebody listening, even when you're by yourself. There's somebody always listening. And when that goes in, it's not only that you hear it, but your spirit crowd hears it. And if you know what I know, you've got your ancestors, you've got various guardian angels. I know this might be too much for some, but essentially you have a spirit crowd and they are weeping because when I connect to them, they say, "Oh, yeah, they're really hard on themselves. They don't think they're loved. They don't think they're enough." And so that's one of the things that we hit right away in that. So that's because of the self-talk you use. Things like, "I am stupid. I'm not enough. Why can't I find a decent partner? I'm so unlovable. Nobody wants to be with me. I'm a lost cause." As soon as somebody says that, the session is over because when spirit wants to say something to a person, if they have a closed mind, it's impossible to get through. Sorry, there's nothing I could do. If you are totally committed to being misunderstood, it's a waste of time for people to try and talk to you. All right. So, number 2, don't complain about money. Now, this is not only don't complain about things, but in our society, we really look at money as a big deal. So, when we are complaining about money, that's what Spirit wants to look at because a lot of people say that one of the biggest terms is they look at something, "I can't afford that." From this day forward, never say that because that programs your subconscious and many other things around you that you can't afford means you're never enough of anything. Always say something like this: "Right now, it is not a priority. I am looking at this Lamborghini. I could afford this someday, but right now it's not a priority. I'd rather buy food." That's different. You're not, but never say, "I cannot afford something." Absolutely not. Okay. Tap into something that is much greater and much deeper and ask for money when you have it. Just a quick segue here. When most people get, let's say, a refund check, it could be in the hundreds or thousands of dollars. That's a windfall. And if you get something bigger, that's one thing. But most people, when they get like a large sum of money, they don't ask for money then. They wait until they've exhausted that resource, they've spent it all, and then when now they're looking for paying their bills, they don't have enough bills, then they ask for money. The problem with that is that you're asking for money at the lowest possible vibration of need and desperation. Money doesn't like to visit, neither does anybody else. Money goes where there's love. Money goes where there's really a strong force. What you need to do is as soon as you get that check, say, this is great. I can't wait for the next one. You're asking for money at a high vibration. That's much going to be more productive than the other one. And just the last one here is talk love about yourself. Have yourself go out and get yourself a full length mirror, and on the very top, put a label on it and say, this is my I am hot mirror. Every time you look at it, you're hot. And I have terms like the mirror can't wait to reflect back on this incredible body. But I say that in private. The first time I've said it in public, actually. But I say that in private because I actually mean it. I really think that I'm a big deal. But I'm not saying it to people to be conceited or to see I'm way over. But the thing is, it's the programming. I program myself that I'm a big deal. And that's the thing. So use words in a gentle way, because when it comes back, it will always benefit you. I have the class that I did on this particular topic, and I put it in the chat. It's a video at the very end. It's a full length, but an hour long. It goes into more detail. It gives you more idea of what we're talking about and what Spirit really wanted to relay about words. Be careful and be gentle with words, especially on yourself. Thanks, everyone.
Unlock the full potential of networking with the World Referral Network. Are you eager to connect with our esteemed guest speaker and delve deeper into the ever-expanding universe of the World Referral Network? Simply scan the QR code now and embark on a journey of endless opportunities. Join us at East Trade Winds, where we gather online every Tuesday from 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, you're welcome to connect with us and other chapters across the World Referral Network. Seize the moment, register for free, and start exploring today. Fancy sharing your insights as a guest speaker? We're looking for you. Reach out to Wayne Pratt to ignite your speaking journey. Email him at motivateyou.ca or connect with Wayne on LinkedIn. Don't wait. Take action and be a part of a global community that's shaping the future of business networking.